Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the Public Facilities Commission. The second house before us today is the Public Facilities Department. TT?
Thank you, Commissioner. Good morning again. This meeting is being recorded and broadcast live. I will ask Colleen Daly, the PFC Secretary, to take a roll call of the meeting participants. Colleen, if you would please conduct the roll call.
Thank you, TT. Please unmute your device and confirm your presence when I call your name. Beginning roll call with the Commission. Larry Mamoli, Commissioner.
Present.
Donald Wright, Commissioner.
Present.
TT Lee, Legal Advisor.
Present.
Catherine Pendleton, Article Clerk.
Present.
And with PFD, Carlton Jones, Director.
Present.
Brian McLaughlin, Senior Project Manager. Program Manager, my fault.
Present.
I'm sorry, just give me 2 seconds. Please forgive me. I'm scrolling down. And Stacy Nwachukwu, Project Manager 1.
Present.
I'll read for the record the individuals who are in attendance but will not be presenting. Lisa Schwab, Project Manager 2. Bill Evans, Project Manager 2. Lisa Guscott, Assistant Director for Construction. Taisha Walton, Project Manager 2. Dana DiMatteo, Assistant Director for Operations. Joseph Tomasini, Project Manager 1. And this concludes roll call. Thank you.
Thank you, Colleen. Today with the Public Facilities Department, we have Carlton Jones, Director for the Public Facilities. PFD has 7 vote requests on the agenda for today. Votes 1 through 6 are being presented by Brian McLaughlin, Senior Program Manager with PFD. I'd like to call your attention, Commissioners, as votes 1 through 6 are requests to award consultant contracts for the 2024 Massachusetts School Building Authority's Accelerated Repairs Program at 8 Boston Public School projects managed by PFD and located in Alston, Dorchester, East Boston, Hyde Park, and West Roxbury. As a result, there's a request to the Commission to allow the Program Manager to present votes 1 through 6 jointly with a separate roll call for each vote thereafter. Would that be agreeable to the Commission?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you, Commissioners. I will read votes 1 through 6 on the record, and then we'll turn it over to Brian McLaughlin. Votes 1 and 2 concern 3 Boston Public Schools, Chittick Elementary School, Gardner Pilot Academy, and Linden K through 8 for a contract award to owner project manager services with P3 Incorporated. Recommended price at $45,000 and design services contract award to Castle Blues Associates Inc. for $245,000. Votes 3 and 4 concern 2 Boston Public Schools, Kenny Elementary School and O'Donnell Elementary School for a contract award to owner project manager services with Watermark Environmental Incorporated, recommended at a price of $20,000 and design services contract to TSKP Studio LLC for $89,000. Votes 5 and 6 concern Boston Public Schools, Adams Elementary School, Everett Elementary School, and Murphy K-8 School, K through 8 School for a contract award to owner project manager services with Atlantic Construction and Management Incorporated, recommended price at $50,000 and design services contract to Mass Collaborative Architects Incorporated for $187,495. Brian, if you please present your vote request.
TT, thank you. Good morning, Commissioners. I'm here to request approval of professional design and OPM services for 6 consultants related to the 2024 MSBA Accelerated Repair Program at 8 Boston Public Schools. Before I get into the specifics of each project, I'm going to provide a brief background of what has been done to date within the MSBA process to get to where we are today. In February of 2024, Boston Public Schools and the City of Boston submitted 8 statements of interest, which is what the MSBA calls their application for consideration in the 2024 Accelerated Repair Program. These submissions were supported by votes of both the school committee and city council as required by the MSBA. MSBA conducted their due diligence review of the application, visited the schools over the summer, and invited the 8 schools into the ARP program at their October 30th, 2024 board meeting. This started a 60-day period for the city to appropriate funds to support the OPM and architects for these projects through schematic design. An appropriation of $1,515,000 was introduced to the council at their October 30th city council meeting. The matter was sent to the Ways and Means Committee, which held a hearing on November 20th, 2024, and the council voted to support the appropriation on December 9th, 2024. Unlike typical PFD projects, as part of the MSBA ARP process, the MSBA conducts their own consultant procurement and assigns all districts their OPMs and architects for these projects. For these projects before you today, the city was assigned OPMs and architects on February 14th, 2025. Since that time, PFD has visited each of the schools with the consultant teams and negotiated the fees for each OPM and architect. Based on the large number of schools, MSBA and the city agreed to break the 8 schools into 3 project groupings, with each grouping being assigned an OPM and architect. First group of projects are window and door replacements at the Chittick Elementary School, Gardner Pilot Academy, and Linden K-8. If I could direct your attention to the slide presentation, we can go through each of the project groupings by school. So here, this is just a quick overview page of the 8 schools and where they're located through the city. The first specific school is the Chittick Elementary School. There are 160 windows in the Chittick. The windows are 33 years old and have reached the end of their useful life. They require constant maintenance throughout the year.
We just lost power. I'll take a pause.
Okay, hi, we just lost power. I don't know if you can hear me. All right, you know what? Yep. Hold on, I'll just.
Somebody just lost power.
Thank you, everyone.
We missed that, over the last couple minutes, but they can hear you now.
All right, so we should.
Yeah,
just
Tyler,
let them
just
retract.
the last like
Okay.
2 minutes.
All right, Brian, I'm sorry about that. We,
Want me to start off with the first, with the Chittick?
it was, right, because.
I think it was the last 2,
We went through the
can we go,
first-
I think we can start here.
Yeah, because the first slide, we definitely heard, and then this was where it kind of, we lost power. So,
Okay. So this is just an overview slide of the consultant team for the 3 schools. Next slide, please. This first school in Hyde Park has 160 windows. The windows are 33 years old, have reached the end of their useful life, and require constant maintenance throughout the year. The next school in this group is the Gardner Pilot Academy in Alston. There are 215 windows in this building. They're 31 years old, some of which are starting to glaze over and also require significant repairs in order to keep them operable. The final school in this initial group is the Linden K-8 school in West Roxbury. There are 270 windows in this building. The windows are 35 years old and have reached the end of their useful life. The OPM and architect assigned to these projects are P3 Inc. and Kessel Booz. Based on walkthroughs of each school, condition of windows, and window count, PFD is requesting approval of $45,000 for OPM services, P3 Inc., and $245,000 for Kessel Booz through schematic design submission of the MSBA. Moving on to the second group of projects, these are 2 roof projects at the Kenny Elementary School in Dorchester and the O'Donnell Elementary School in East Boston. The first school is the Kenny, which has a 26-year-old modified bituminous membrane roof with stone ballast. Second roof is at the O'Donnell School. It's a 25-year-old EPDM membrane with stone ballast. Both pictures, first of the Kenny and the second of the O'Donnell, you can see the roofs both have areas that have been, the ballast has been pulled away, which shows signs of where they needed to be patched. And overall, both schools have leaks that are a result of the roofs, and both roofs are needed replacement. The OPM and architect assigned to these projects are Watermark Inc. and TSKP Studio. After walking both roofs in the schools with the consultants, we are requesting approval of $20,000 for OPM services of Watermark and $89,000 for TSKP through the schematic design submission of these projects to the MSBA. The final grouping of projects is, again, 3 window and door projects at the Adams Elementary School, Everett Elementary School, and the Murphy Elementary School. First school in this group is the Adams Elementary School in East Boston. There are 226 windows in this building that are 31 years old. Some are nailed shut as they slip when opened and create a safety issue. Others are starting to fog over and are in need of replacement. Second school in this group is the Everett Elementary School in Dorchester. There are 157 windows in this school that are 32 years old. And as you can see on the picture of the right, some are starting to glaze over and fog over, impacting daylighting coming in and the ability to see out. Final school in this group is the Murphy K-8 school. This is also in Dorchester. There are only 57 windows in this building. However, there are 13 different window sizes of those 57 windows, most of which do not open, are starting to glaze over, and are in need of replacement. Most of the windows are the odd half moon shaped ones that appear in this picture here. Atlantic Construction Management Inc. is the assigned OPM, and Matt's Collaborative Architects is the architect. Each school has been walked with the consultants, and based on the window counts, existing conditions, we're requesting $50,000 for Atlantic Construction Management for their OPM services, and $187,495 for Matt's Collaborative Architecture to submit the schematic design package to the MSBA. Please note, for all 6 of these consultants, the contracts will expire on December 31st, 2025, well within the time frame of submitting the schematic design to the MSBA. Upon submission of the schematic design, we'll likely be back before the PFC in the fall or early winter months to, again, look to extend the contracts of these consultants from design development through project completion. So with that, if there's any questions, I'd be glad to answer. Thank you.
No questions, all good projects. Commissioner?
No questions. Got your hands full, Brian.
Thank you, Commissioners. Luckily, I get to work with some great PMs on this that will be doing the majority of the work. Thank you.
Kiki, we start with individual vote. So motion to approve vote number 1.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Vote number 1 is hereby approved.
Motion to approve vote number 2.
Second?
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Vote number 2 is hereby approved.
Motion to approve vote number 3.
Second?
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Vote number 3 is hereby approved.
Motion to approve vote number 4.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Vote number 4 is hereby approved.
Motion to approve vote number 5.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Vote number 5 is hereby approved.
Motion to approve vote number 6.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Final vote of number 6 is hereby approved. Thank you, Commissioners.
Okay.
We will proceed with the final vote for today on PFD's agenda. This is vote number 7. This is being presented by Stacy Nwachukwu, Project Manager 1 for PFD. This is a request for contract award to Westwork LLC to provide architectural design services through construction administration associated with the West End Library project located at 151 Cambridge Street in West End. The contract price is recommended at $1,486,500. Stacy, would you please present vote number 7?
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Stacy Nwachukwu, and I'm here to request a vote for approval to award a professional design and construction administration services contract to Westwork LLC for the new West End Branch Library project. This project is a part of the broader mixed-use housing development being led by the Mayor's Office of Housing. So looking at the project overview, the Public Facilities Department will be managing the design and the construction of this project located at 151 Cambridge Street. PFD will be collaborating closely with the Boston Public Library to deliver the library fit-out services within 260 weeks from the execution of the contract. As I alluded to earlier, I just want to clarify that this library fit-out is a part of a much larger mixed-use housing development project. The affordable housing component will consist of 119 units and is being developed by an affordable housing developer selected through an RFQ process that was managed by MOH. The library will be designed and built as a fit out within the larger core and shell space being developed by the housing developer. And so the design team hired by PFD will coordinate with the housing developer and their team to ensure that all elements of the building core and shell that will impact the library space are addressed. So in regard to the actual scope of the design services, that's going to include full comprehensive design and construction administration for the new West End Branch Library. This is a housing with public assets project, as mentioned before, featuring 119 affordable units, and we're gonna see the library space integrated into the mixed use development. So the design firm will work closely with the developer's team to ensure that the fit out of the library is done in alignment with the larger building's core and shell structure. So now I'm gonna direct your attention to the PowerPoint slides for this project. You're gonna see that on the first slide, it's basically showing a view of the current project site. That's the front entryway. On the second slide, it's basically the same. This is the existing site condition of the library, just from a different angle. The third slide will show the existing site conditions, but this is from a bird's eye view. And then the final and fourth slide will provide a concept rendering of the completed project. So this is just a projected vision of the final project of what the final building will look like in the community. So the city publicly advertised the professional design services through an RFQ process in accordance with MGL Chapter 7C. The advertisement was sent to the city's small local business enterprise office for distribution via its listserv and published in the city's Record and Boston Globe on September 11th of 2024. It was also posted in the Massachusetts Secretary of State's Central Register on September 12th of 2024. In response to the RFQ, there were 7 firms that submitted statements of qualifications for the project by the deadline on October 2nd. And on October 29th, the selection committee, which included 5 individuals with expertise in design, planning, construction from PFD, BPL, and MOH, we reviewed the qualifications of each firm based on the criteria that was outlined in the RFQ. The committee shortlisted 3 firms for further consideration. And after reviewing carefully, Westwork was selected as the top design firm. We chose them because the extensive experience with collaborating with multiple stakeholders, handling Chapter 149 library projects, and successfully completing urban projects over the last 10 years made them the strongest candidate. Notably, Westwork LLC holds certifications as a women's business enterprise, minority business enterprise, and a veteran business enterprise. And additionally, 3 of their sub-consultants are state certified WBEs and 1 is an MBE. So now, referring to the design fee negotiation, it is in line with the RFQ guidelines. PFD and Westwork have agreed on a design fee not to exceed $1,486,500, which is including a $379,250 fee for additional services. This fee is based on an estimated construction cost of $14.2 million for the project, which aligns with the detailed breakdown from the RFQ that was reviewed in recent discussions. This includes the cost of the library fit out as a part of the overall mixed-use housing development. So with all of that said, in conclusion, I'm seeking the Public Facilities Commission's approval to award a professional design and construction admin contract to Westwork LLC. And again, I just want to emphasize that this contract is a part of the broader MOH mixed-use housing development and library fit-out project, which also has been recently presented before the commission. So that concludes my presentation, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have. Thank you for your time and consideration.
No questions. Fantastic project. It's great to see how this would go ahead. Commissioner?
Yep, same here. Exciting, no questions. Looking forward to getting in the ground.
Motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Vote number 7 is hereby approved. This concludes PFD's agenda for today's meeting. Is there a motion to adjourn this meeting?
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye. Thank you all.
Thank you all.
Everyone.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you.